And we're recording. All right, hold on. All right, people. Hold on, we're coming. We're just getting everything ready. Here we are. All right. So the question is, can I be heard? Oh, I'm going to do this real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh, okay. I'm going to do this. I think we're ready to go. So hello out there. It's Friday. The sun is shining. It's beautiful and warm, but maybe you're sitting eating your lunch and watching us. This is Tammy Thornton from Wilton Go Green, and we are excited to have Emma here with us today to tell us about how to green up our cleanup. And so I'm going to do a quick introduction, and I don't want to take any special pieces away from her. So let me just tell you a little bit about Emma, who is a lovely mom friend. So she's a health and wellness loving mama of two from the UK who now lives right here in Connecticut. Her passion is helping families to find plant-based options of all their family needs, especially for cleaning products that are safe for everyone in the home and in the environment. So Emma, take it away. I'm going to stand by, but if you need me, I'm here. And we're excited to have you.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much for inviting me today. I feel like we've been getting to this for kind of over a year now. So thank you also to the Wilton Go Green team for inviting me on. It's such an honor to be able to join you guys and be here today. I am a huge advocate for removing toxins from our home, the importance of caring for our bodies and our environment. I guess this is something that really came to me when I started to have children. And then, as you can hear, and as Tammy said, I come from the UK. So that was a huge part of my puzzle because in Europe, the EU has so many more restrictions in terms of cleaning products and chemicals that are allowed in cleaning products, well, all types of products, personal care, food, everything. So when we moved here 7 years ago, I had my young little boy. He was less than 2, and I was pregnant with another one. And you know, you move, you're completely starting afresh in a new country. So I reached for the cleaners and the products that I knew from home because I felt I could trust them. We found a house, we settled down, and we had our second child, which is our little girl. And after a while, I started noticing that, you know, the products were cleaning differently. They were affecting our bodies differently. They were affecting our home differently. So I started to research. I started to understand the difference between the rules in Europe and in America. And I realized that the ingredients used in the products that had the same labels that came from the same companies were completely different. And this to me was like warning signals. Why? Like, why don't we use those chemicals that we're using here in America over there? So huge minefield opened up. And you know, when you're a mom and you're trying to do everything you can to care for your kids and your home, it got crazy. It got crazy. I literally was going from one company to another and finding that they weren't very good and not very trustworthy and not very honest. And I found out about greenwashing, and you know, you just get to the point where you can tie yourself up in knots. So we kept on searching, and at that point I was working as a preschool teacher in a local preschool. Got talking to all the other mums, as you do, and somebody suggested a company called Young Living. So I was like, all right, well, you know, I'll take a look and see. This same mum had very similar experience to me. She'd used a lot of the same companies that I'd used and had been really disappointed by some of their practices and the things that they were putting into their so-called, you know, safe products. So we had a look. I'm just reading some notes to make sure I don't get off track, because this is such a huge subject for me. So I could literally talk to you for hours. So yeah, so she introduced me to this idea of Young Living, and, you know, I was a bit skeptical. Why do I need to open an account? It's an MLM, and MLMs are hated in Europe. They're getting better, but they are hated in Europe. So I did some more research. I stumbled across an amazing doctor. She's actually a pharmacist here in America, called Lindsay Elmore. She has heaps and heaps of information in terms of the chemicals that are safe and not safe, how they affect our bodies, how even small amounts of toxic chemicals can build up in our bodies and stay there. So I got so much information from her. PubMed.com was also a great place to go to find, you know, real scientific hard evidence that supported what we shouldn't be using in our home and what is safe to use in our home. There's so many apps out there now where you can kind of scan your products and it will tell you as well. So I find that really helpful. There's an app called Think Dirty that we love. So anyway, the result of this really brought me to do more research on Young Living and what their principles and practices were. And from that, I found out that they have a guarantee of purity called Seed2Seal. And they actually have a website for that. So you can search it at seed2seal.com. And this is their guarantee about how they source and grow and create all of their products. It's to do with the science behind it, the testing, and it spoke volumes to me. This was finally a company where I could ask the questions and get the answers. It wasn't just advertising that says, this is the most amazing product in the world. This is the product you should know and trust. You know, they didn't just say you should trust us. They were like, this is why you should trust us. This is what we do. These, you know, they showed us the farms, the videos. We can actually go to their own farms, the farms that they own. So they have 20, I think it's around 25 farms worldwide. 10 they own outright and 15 more that they partner with. And those farms carry and use exactly the same guarantee and way that they look after the soil and the earth and the plants that they're growing. It's all about sustainability, stewardship, if I can get my tongue around it, of the earth. And so this just goes so much further than even the products that you're buying. You know, they really care about the earth. And I just think, you know, especially if you're here and you're interested in everything that Wilton Go Green is doing, it's just amazing to think of that. You know, I'm not only just buying a product that's great for my body and safe for my children and my home and my pets, but it's not hurting the earth either. It's safe to wash down the drain. It's safe in the waterways. It's safe in our soil. And they understand the importance of respecting the plants and the soil that they grow from, because the more that they care about those things, the more healthier the plants and the trees and all the things are going to be. So it's a real company with a huge heart. And that spoke to me heaps. So here we have one company I can go to. They don't just do essential oils, because Young Living is really well known for being the market leader for essential oils. They do over 600 products, and that includes their cleaning range, personal care products, supplements, which we use lots of as well. So my real passion is the cleaning side of all their products. I use loads of them, but what I know most of all is about their cleaning products. So this is how I came to kind of connect with Tammy on this, with the Wilton Go Green team. So she asked me to come on and speak to you guys today, specifically about their cleaner. So this is the Thieves Household Cleaner. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. So this is highly concentrated, and I use it right throughout my house. I've used it exclusively now for 3.5 years. As you know, I have 2 young children. We also have pets, we have fish, we have cats. So this is all, you know, something we need to consider when we're using different products. So I like to explain why we call it Thieves Cleaner, because it's a bit of a crazy name. So it actually dates back to the 15th century in Europe, when there was a group of French thieves who formulated a blend of herb oils, which they wore on face masks as they went around, this is really crazy, stealing from the dead and dying of the Black Plague. Maybe you've heard of that. It was believed that this blend helped to protect them from the disease, which meant that they didn't catch it. And when they finally got caught, for a more merciful punishment, they had to divulge what their secret blend was. Okay, sorry, my daughter's over there giving me the thumbs up. Okay, all right, you go play. All right, go on. Love you. Sorry, guys. So the formula that they divulged was a blend of cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, clove, rosemary, and lemon essential oil, or herbs, or herbs if you're American. So the founder of our company many years ago was actually in France. That's where he done or did a lot of his aromatherapy training and education. So he came across this story and did heaps of research, and he made the Thieves. I actually have the blend here, the Thieves essential oil blend, which is those oils. Once he understood the power of those as a blend, he then used it to create his cleaning product range. And this range is huge. You know, there's toothpaste, and there's mouthwash, and there's the household cleaner, and there's fruit and veg cleaners. You know, like there's so much stuff. This was what brought me to Young Living. So this is why this is the one I speak about. So it smells amazing. It's kind of spicy and warm, you know, think of like fall winter days when you're, you know, you've got your clove and orange and stuff like that going. It's just wonderful. It's completely free of all the nasty chemicals that we want to avoid. So there's no phthalates, ammonia, bleach, synthetic fragrances, dyes, formaldehyde, you know, all of those yucky things that we honestly just don't want on our bodies. It doesn't even come with a warning label from Poison Control. That's how amazing the ingredients are in it. I wouldn't suggest you drink it, but, you know, it's not something we need to be worrying about as much as a lot of the other products. It's also highly concentrated, so it saves us money because I can order this one bottle, and this lasts for my whole house for about 6 months. So what Young Living does as one of their practices is they make a lot of their products concentrated to reduce the water content in it, so that they're not shipping products to you that are basically full of water, because then that increases shipping costs. It also means they need to use more plastic and more bottles, which obviously we don't want. So they send it highly concentrated, and that means we as a consumer can decide what we want, how we want to use it in our house. So there's obviously recommendations in terms of the strength of this that you can use. I'm going to go over the all-purpose cleaner shortly and show you how to make it, and just show you how simple it is. But you can do different strengths. So I'll use the stronger strength actually in my toilet, but I can use the all-purpose cleaner right throughout my house. So I use it on all my counter surfaces, doors, woodwork, walls, floors, kids' toys, pets, bedding, and everything. So like we really do use this one bottle right throughout the house. And the other thing I've known to use it for is cleaning my car, in the windshield washer, spray as well. I can pop some vinegar in it and use it on my windows. So it really just does replace everything. So it gives me a lot more cupboard space as well in my kitchen. I like to repurpose these bottles as well. So a top tip is I'll just buy some spray tops, or I'll take these off of other bottles, you know, as we've used up old stuff and we're gradually replacing it, or when we were. We'll keep the spray lid, and we can just, when our Thieves Cleaner bottles are empty, I just write on them pre-diluted. And then this is my bottle mix ready to go around the house. So that's great. With anything that has essential oils in it, we like to recommend that you put them in glass and not plastic, but these bottles are obviously designed for the concentrate. So I know that it's safe to have it mixed up in here because essential oils will pull the toxins out of plastics, but these are actually high grade approved for storing essential oil based products. So that's amazing. Its power comes from the essential oils. So that's where it gets its cleaning properties from. So that's another reason why we like it. It's, you know, it has got actually something significant in it that helps to clean. Lemon oil is a great, I don't know if you know this, lemon oil is a great one for cleaning sticky marks and that kind of stuff, you know, like a Goo Gone type cleaner. And that's in here. So again, it's a great degreaser. Like we use it on all our pans and everything. So let me just check. I've gone over everything. So yeah, glass cleaners. Now, the other reason I like to repurpose these is, you know, my kids like to clean, and because it is so safe, they will clean up their own messes. So having it in a plastic bottle rather than a glass bottle, it means I don't need to worry about them dropping it. But that is another option as well. And you can get, you know, cute labels and all of that kind of stuff. So you can get super fancy if that's your thing. So I'm going to quickly just go over with you how I make the all-purpose cleaner. And then I also have a soft scrub option as well. Now, I don't find we need to use it that much in our house. There's just something amazing about the all-purpose cleaner that I just don't really get much in terms of like soap scum or hard water buildup. So hopefully if you start using this, or if you're already using it, you'll also find that same pleasure. But if not, and you need a soft scrub, then this is a great option. So I take my bottle. So with this, we go by the capful. So let me just move this back and then you should be able to see a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so this is my empty bottle. So for my general all-purpose cleaner around the house, I will just use one capful. And I think Tammy's sharing a form for this. So this is just one capful of cleaner. Pop him in here. It smells amazing, guys. Oh my God. And this is where my kids love using it because they just love the smell. And then I literally top it. So this is a 14-ounce bottle, but you can go up to 16 ounces on one capful. Obviously, the great thing about a glass bottle is you can see in it a lot easier. So you'll have to excuse me if I spill this. Hey, we're not perfect. We're getting there. So this is my cleaner. So I literally, like I say, I will use this everywhere. It smells wonderful and it's safe for the kids. So that's for that. That's it. That's as easy as it is. How great is that? Made up and ready to go. If, like I say, I wanted to use it in my toilets, then I would do 3 capfuls of this to 1. Another great thing you can add in the toilet with it is a little bit of baking soda. Sprinkle that around, give it a good scrub. How awesome is that? And so easy to use as well. And then we have our funny ingredients, the soft scrub. So this lasts a while. We can save it in a mason jar afterwards. So I'm just trying to follow my instructions here. So I think Tammy's sharing a larger version of this, but I'm going to do a smaller version today because I don't have much of a need for it, like I say. So I'm going to do, this is just baking soda. I'm going to do 1/4 cupful. Get this in. That's about it. Of course, my mason jar that I have it in, I can't get my cup in now. So that's my baking soda in here. And then we have the household cleaner again, and we use let me make sure I'm getting the right one, 3 teaspoons of this guy in our baking soda. I really want to make sure you guys can see this because it's just so simple. All right, okay, so 3 of these guys. And you know, you don't have to stick exactly to the recipe. If you feel that you want your soft scrub to be more liquid, you can do that. If you want it to be a little thicker, you can just reduce or increase the amount of baking soda or slightly reduce the liquids that you're putting into it. So this is just white vinegar as well. So this is just 1 teaspoon of this guy. And now you can see it's just like foaming and lovely. Now I said before that lemon essential oil is great for getting rid of sticky residue and cleaning, you know, black marks and scuffs and all of that kind of stuff. Crayon on the wall. You know, it doesn't happen very often with kids around. So I love to add a couple of drops of that in as well. And that's it. So if I find it's a bit too thick, then I can add a little bit of water into it. I can add a little bit more thieves cleaner and just kind of let it work its way in. Give it a minute before you decide. Because I find the more I mix it, the softer it will get. And this is just great. Like I love using this for tile grout. We use an old toothbrush around the bottom of taps, in our kitchen sink especially, where it can get, you know, a bit funky. Where else do we like to use it?
Emma, can I ask a question?
Of course.
So you know how you brought out the Thieves essential oils? Could somebody, like, is that brand available outside of Young Living, or is that Thieves essential oil just Young Living's proprietary?
It's me. No, it's Thieves is trademarked by Young Living. And there is, you know, we say there's an importance in terms of how it's blended and how it's mixed. And so we do obviously recommend the Thieves one specifically. And also because of that sourcing, you know, we need to make sure that what we're sourcing is top quality for this kind of stuff. A lot of companies do buy by the barrel, unfortunately, at markets. So I feel it's just important that if you're going to the trouble of making sure that you're buying a green, clean, toxic-free cleaner, that sourcing is super important. So yeah, so Thieves is definitely something that's just a Young Living thing.
Gotcha.
So there we go. So it's really, you know, nice and liquidy. I'll pop this into a mason jar and just use as much as I need. I think it lasts for about 4 to 5 weeks in there. The ingredients within the Thieves cleaner actually work as a preservative for it, so that helps too. So that's most of my demonstration. Are there any other questions? Have we seen anything else? I'll actually go a minute into how to get it as well.
Yep, I put in your link already for how to get it, but I do want to just kind of go back to, which I think was important for people. I know we were talking about showing people how to clean and green cleaning, and you know, this is obviously one method of using, you know, these products that you're so adamantly like you show how important they are and why they're so important and why this company you know, is doing their due diligence, which I think is important for people, especially someone who's from the UK, showing that how, you know, there are a lot of organizations out there who are working to say, hey, this isn't fair that we have to get these chemicals in our body, but yet you're willing to do it, you know, in a healthier manner for other countries and not our country. So I appreciate you bringing that piece to this too, for those that are watching or will watch later. And you had mentioned Seed to Seal to reference, and I know folks, and I don't know if you followed much of the Environmental Working Group, but obviously they work on kind of the identification of chemicals within products and giving them rating scales. And can you repeat again the doctor that you had found, Dr. Lindsay?
Lindsay Elmore. So Lindsey and then Elmore.
Okay.
So yeah, so she's an amazing, yeah, she's got great information on her website, and she does lots of blogs about you know, everything from the body and cleaning and environment. So again, she's very much that kind of person that we want to be learning more from. So obviously, in terms of Thieves Cleaner isn't available to buy in the store. You can't just pop to the store and buy it. So it is available through Young Living, which is a company, just, you know, like Amazon, that you would create an account on to buy your products. It's available to buy one off. There is a kit available as well. So if you wanted to try some of the other Thieves products, then you can try that too. Obviously, that saves some money. This bottle is, I think it's $23, something like that. Like I say, it lasts me a good 6 months. There is a larger bottle, which I think is around $90, and that lasts, I have that one and I use that to refill these, and that's lasting me around 2 years. It's getting on 4 now. And I still have some left, so I can probably get about 2.5 years out of that one bottle. So I love that. If you want to know more information, then feel free to reach out to me. I'm available on Instagram, and I have a website. I think Tammy said she put the link in. Do you want me to read it out as well?
Nope, it's down there in the comments, and we're okay. But yeah, so I think, you know, Emma, I think we don't have any other questions coming in, but I think it's lovely again to hear kind of about the perspective and a little bit more about the company you're working for and your experience with it, and really how easy it is. And there are, you know, a lot of companies popping up and that are going towards the kind of refillable system too. And so this is in that same mode of like, okay, you know, you're gonna buy this concentrate and then you're gonna use this one bottle and you're gonna just refill and refill.
Yeah.
And so I love the waste reduction aspect of it too.
Yes, exactly. I love that so many more companies are coming on to this kind of concept now. Yeah, it's very exciting times. It's, you know, and there's so much that can be done, and it's so easy to make some simple changes. And if we all did a little bit, it would make such a huge impact.
Love it. I love it. Well, I'm just going to say thank you again, Emma, live before I get us off on the live. So thank you again. And we'll be sharing your video. Obviously, it'll be on Facebook, and then we'll be sharing it on our website. So thanks to folks that tuned in live, and you can catch this on the back end, and keep following Wilton Go Green, and follow Emma and see what else we have in store.